everyone, hope you're all well. In today's video, I'm going to talk about setting up an online membership site or subscription service and talking through some of the popular subscription services platform that you can use and a bit of features about all of them. So in today's digital age, online membership and subscriptions have become increasingly popular, providing an effective way for businesses to generate recurring revenue while offering value to their customers. Whether you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, or someone looking to create a community of like-minded individuals, an online membership site or subscription service can help you achieve your goals. So there are lots of platforms available to set up an online membership and subscription service. Here are some popular ones. First up, we have MemberPress. So MemberPress is a WordPress plugin, and this allows you to easily create and manage a membership site, and it offers a range of features like content access, control, recurring payments, and drip content. This is a really easy option if you already have a WordPress site, so as it's just another plugin that you will just need to add to your website and extend the kind of website functionality. Some really cool features that MemberPress has is content access control. So MemberPress allows you to restrict access to content based on membership level or subscription status, and this means that you can offer exclusive content to your members like courses, tutorials, or premium articles. Recurring payments is another one. So with MemberPress, they have several payment gateways including PayPal and Stripe to allow you to set up recurring payments for your membership or subscription program. You can also set up free trials, one-time payments, and multiple membership levels as well. Drip content is another one. So with drip content, you can schedule content to be released over time, and this is what's known as drip content. This allows you to create a steady stream of content for your members, keeping them engaged and coming back for more. MemberPress also have a number of different integrations to third-party tools like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign to help your membership program communicate with your members as well. And they also have a really good reporting and analytics feature. They offer detailed reporting and analytics, allowing you to track membership growth, revenue, and member engagement. In addition to these features, MemberPress has a friendly user interface that makes it easy to set up and manage your membership program. It also offers helpful documentation and supports you in getting started as well. In terms of their pricing, their membership plugin does come with 3 different levels of pricing. You have the basic, plus, and the pro. With the basic, this is basically used up on just one site. You get unlimited members, unlimited courses, none of the transaction fees. You do get access to the drip content and things like that. With the pro, you have everything that's with the plus, you have everything with the basic. But this time it changes up to 2 sites, and with the plus as well, you get unlimited quizzes and certificates. You have a little bit more advanced marketing integrations for ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and drip email marketing services as well. There's also integrations with Zapier with the plus membership, and there's a little bit more customization as well. And with the pro, it has everything that comes with the basic and the plus, but you can use it up to 5 different sites as well. You can sell corporate accounts, so this is good if you want to sell training courses to businesses. And you can sell gifted membership, and you can also have 3-month free access to Monster, opt-in Monster. So this is using the Monster Insights plugin, and 3 months trial of Trust Plus as well. So depending on your business needs, most people are fine using just the basic because you only need 1 site. But if you do need it up to multiple sites, then using the plus or pro might be a bit more appropriate. MemberPress is known for its kind of ease of use. They do have a really user-friendly interface, making it easy for even beginners to set up and manage a membership or subscription site. They've got a lot of robust features that we've seen earlier. That includes access control, different payment integrations, and content dripping, and that they have integrations with third-party tools and platforms like different email marketing software, different payment gateways, and content management systems as well. As mentioned before, it's a WordPress plugin, so if you already have a WordPress site, then it's probably a lot easier to use something like MemberPress, as it can slot in easily into your site as well. There's not a complicated install method. MemberPress offers flexible payment options that you can offer your users, things like time payments, recurring payments, and multiple pricing tiers as well, which gives you a lot of flexibility whenever you are offering different levels of membership access to your user. And lastly, their customer support. Membership offers premium customer support and priority top-rated customer support as well, including they also have a detailed knowledge base, email support, and a community forum. It's worth noting though that with the plans, with the basic, you get the standard customer support, so it's still quality support, but it just won't be a priority. You get the priority customer support with the plus and the pro plans as well. Overall, MemberPress is a really good plugin to have if you're wanting to add some membership functionality onto your site. Some things to note though about MemberPress is that there is limited design customization. So while Membership offers some design customization options, the level of customization is somewhat limited compared to some other platforms. And if you are a website if you are someone that wants complete kind of control over the design of like the courses pages or the payment pages, things like that, that's something that MemberPress won't be able to accommodate. They also have limited email marketing features themselves. So MemberPress doesn't offer currently built-in email marketing features, so you may need to create a email marketing account on MailChimp or some other email marketing platform. So they do have integration with the third-party tools, but it's not all in one platform. So this can be an issue if you're wanting something all within the plugin that you're using. However, they do have integrations with other platforms as well that you can use. Overall, MemberPress is a great option for anyone looking to set up a membership or subscription program on WordPress. It offers a comprehensive set of features and integrations, making it easy to create and manage a successful membership program. So next up we have LearnDash, which is another popular WordPress plugin for creating and selling online courses. While LearnDash is primarily focused on course creation, it can also be used to set up a subscription service for access to those courses. So this is good if you're wanting to sell courses or topics or lessons as a subscription plan or a membership plan. It's really simple to set up a subscription service using LearnDash. You need to install LearnDash first. So again, LearnDash is a WordPress plugin. So if you have a WordPress website, then you can easily use LearnDash for your course sharing material as well. Then you want to create your courses. So once LearnDash is installed, you can create your online courses. You can add lessons, quizzes, and other content to your courses using LearnDash's course builder. You can also set prerequisites for courses, which means students must complete certain courses before they can access others. And then you want to set up subscription pricing. So to create a subscription service, you'll need to set up subscription pricing. You can use a plugin like WooCommerce to manage your subscriptions, or you can use LearnDash's native pricing options. With LearnDash, you can set up recurring payments for your subscriptions as well as offers for free trials as well. You then have to restrict course access. So with LearnDash, you can restrict course access based on membership level or subscription status. That means only subscribers can access your courses, and you can manage your subscribers easily. So LearnDash integrates with popular payment gateways like PayPal and Stripe, which means that you can easily manage your subscribers and process payments easily as well. You can use LearnDash's reporting feature and analytics to track subscriber engagement and course progress as well. Overall, LearnDash is a great option for creating and managing a subscription-based online course program. While it may require some additional setup and customization compared to other platforms specifically designed for subscriptions, LearnDash's powerful course creation and management features make it a really popular choice among online course creators as well. So once you're on your WordPress dashboard, you want to go into plugins and upload the new plugin. So you just click add new and click upload plugin to upload the new plugin that you just downloaded. And then click install now. And then what you want to do is click Activate Plugin to activate the plugin and use it on your site. And once you start, so you'll see you are already being asked to kind of use a setup wizard. So you can either get started or you can dismiss the setup wizard. With the setup wizard, you just want to make sure that you add your email and your license key to start verifying your purchase. And then the wizard will kind of ask you to ask you about your courses. So what kind of courses you're going to be having. So simple course, certificate based, timed, group courses as well. So these are all different kinds of options. So you can select if you're having multiple courses or just one course. So in this example, we'll have simple courses and also certificate-based courses. So courses that will have all the content, and then afterwards a quiz that people can receive a certificate for. Next thing then, if you want to charge for your courses, if you click no, you can just move on. If you click yes, then you can accept which plugins that you want to go for, which payment methods you want to go for. You can use Stripe, and the only thing that you'll be charged for is Stripe's credit card fees. LearnDash don't have any other fees that they put on top of that. Or you can use WooCommerce to manage your payments and invoices and more. And then they'll install the plugins you need. In this case, we'll just stick with Stripe, and all you need to do is click connect to connect to your Stripe account. Once you have the setup wizard done, you'll see the LearnDash dashboard, and it's just this new tab here, and you can see it's separated between setup, quizzes, certificates, assignments, and things like that. So you can see on the dashboard there's some things that you can do to kind of set up your site. So the first thing we can do is set up our site and course details. So if you click into that, you'll see all the options for that. So whether or not do you want course grid, certificate builder, registration, things like that. So you want all of those in order to start accepting payments. And you can see this part is not completed. The next thing then is to design your site, and you can choose a starter template to design your site with. So we just click into here, and you can see all of the templates being added now. So you can choose a template, and then afterwards you can choose the different colors and fonts. And this is already pre-designed for you, so you don't need to worry about selecting something and then designing everything from scratch. You just select which one you want. You can preview it as well, and then you want to select a font. And you can preview the font changes from here, and you can see that you like what your homepage will look like, what your site will look like. And the next thing you can change is the color, so you can pick some like color themes as well. So we can go for this green theme, you can click on this yellow theme, and then you can see what exactly is being changed and whether you're happy with those color themes or not. And this gives you a simple kind of preview of your site. You can go in and click save and continue if you're happy with it. If not, you can always go back here and change the fonts, or even choose a different template if you need to. But once you're happy with everything, you just want to click save and continue. And now it's LearnDash is going to start building your template, installing any kind of plugins, themes, things like that that's needed to build out your site. And you can see it's just doing this in the background, so you can just leave it as is. And once it's done, it'll say this template has been built and ready to use. So you can either exit setup, or you can visit your site and see how it looks. And you can see the new site template here. So this is our site exactly how we wanted it, with all the templates and all of that here as well. And you can see when you edit page, it opens the page in edit mode, so you can always change like the colors, you can change the content as well, and you can change the layout of things as well. So you can edit the theme once you're done. And then once you're done, you just click update to save your changes. This works with a normal Gutenberg editor, so you can just like click on certain sections and update either the text content or the word content or anything like that, or even add new sections if you wanted to. So if you wanted to add, say, another widget or anything like that, you can just click on the image, the widget that you want to add, and then just simply install that exactly how you want to. And you can see you can upload media from your media library, or you can upload files directly to from your computer as well. It's up to you how you want to do that. So you can control it exactly the way you would do a Gutenberg editor, and then just once you're done with everything, make sure you update to save it. Once it's updated, you can go back to the dashboard. And you can start building out your site. If you go back to the LearnDash setup, you can now see what you need to do to start managing your courses. So as mentioned before, LearnDash is a WordPress LMS used by different companies and organizations to start selling or even just displaying their online courses that people can use. The structure and delivery of LearnDash courses are based on design principles used in learning programs at different kind of high-profile companies. So the top level is courses. Below that you have lessons, and then and these lessons are assigned to courses, and these lessons can be grouped into sections. Below lessons you have topics, and each topic is assigned to lessons, just like lessons are assigned to courses. And finally there's quizzes, and quizzes can be assigned to a topic, it can be assigned to a lesson, or it can be assigned to a course. The terminology, you can change them by using custom labels, but the generic structure remains the same. So lessons can be renamed to modules, quizzes you can rename to tests, and so on, but the way they're structured is still the same. There's new menu items, new custom post types, there's new widgets and shortcodes when you install LearnDash, and there's a new group leader user role as well. So the first thing we want to do is add our course, and to do that we're using the LearnDash Course Builder. The LearnDash Course Builder is a really easy way to build out your courses, and you can add new sections, lessons, topics, and quizzes without ever leaving the page. So the first thing that you want to do is go onto the LearnDash LMS and go into courses, and here are the courses that you currently have. So these are all placeholder courses that kind of come with the plugin. So what you want to do is click on the builder link on each of them to edit them if you need to. To create your first course, all you need to do is navigate to the courses dashboard, and then on the top right you want to click add new. And then you want to click on the builder tab in the top navigation bar. And at the top of the course builder you'll see the total number of steps in the course once you switch to the builder. So total number of steps in the course. This is comprised of all the lessons, topics, and the final quizzes that have been assigned to this course. So the more topics you add, the more lessons you add, it counts as a step, and this will essentially count how many steps to complete the course. There is a section to add your courses, add a new lesson, and then there's a section to add quizzes as well. A link to expand all or collapse all will appear once you have all the course steps, and this makes it easier to see all the steps at once more quickly when you rearrange it. So just to show you, if you go back to one of the already pre-made courses, so for example this one here, you can see when I go into Builder, there's 3 steps in this course, the first step being this lesson, second step being this lesson, third step being this lesson. And if we were to add a new quiz, for example, and give it a final quiz, just give it a name. You can just click add quiz. We haven't assigned it to a specific place yet, but we have assigned it to the course, and now there's 4 steps in this course. You have the option to undo if there's any mistakes that you want to change. You can also expand all. So this is if you have topics within lessons and you want to rearrange certain lessons as well. This is where you'll spend the majority of your time building the course. The next thing you want to think about is to add content to your site. So there's lots of ways to add content with the course builder, and how you go about adding your content will depend on a few things. It'll depend on what type of content you're adding and just your own kind of personal preference. So for example, if you go back to building a new one, section headings, if you go back to builder, so section headings provides a really simple way to break your course into sections. They don't contain actual content, they're just a simple text-only heading that can be placed between any 2 lessons. So if we add a lesson, for example, lesson 1, and we add another, click add lesson, and then we add another lesson, call it lesson 2. We can add a new section heading, call it lessons, or even call it content marketing. That's the heading to separate these total lessons, and drag it up, and then we got a new content heading and call it digital marketing, and click add section heading, and then we add a new lesson and we call it lesson 3, and call it lesson 4. So now you've got a whole bunch of different lessons, but they're now separated with these 2 headings to make it easier for users to kind of scan through the lessons and understand what each lesson is going to be about. It's a way of categorizing your content without actually categorizing the content. It's like sort of different chapters in a book, basically. So to remove a section heading, if you realize you want to remove it, just hover over the section heading and then just click on remove. You can also just reassign it to another place as well. It's really easy to drag and drop different lessons and headings, so it's easy to kind of edit everything in one go. So the next thing you want to do is add different lessons, topics and quizzes. You have 2 options. You can either create them first, one at a time, then use this course builder page to put them all together, or you can create them with the course builder page and organize them within the course, but then go back and add content to them later. It depends on your own personal preference and how you've chosen to develop your course content. So I can either add all of the course content here, or add all the courses at least at top level here, and then go back and add the course lessons. In this example, we're just going to make them separately and then combine them all together back in the course pages. So you want to save your course page just by giving it a title. And we'll add course content later, but we'll just publish it for now. And we'll go back to the dashboard to start adding our lessons. And you just want to click on courses to get back to the WordPress dashboard. So the first thing you want to set up probably is the lessons. They're the first type of content that you want to add. You can create, again, so you can create them brand new lessons from the courses page, or you can just go to lessons and go onto the lessons dashboard here. In this example, we'll just add them all here, and then we'll assign them in the course builder. So you can see the lessons I've created already have already been added to the lessons. So this is lesson 1, 2, 3, 4 that I've already added, and it's already automatically assigned to the marketing course that I had set up. So if I wanted to add it from here, all I need to do is click add new. Click on, type in the name of the name of your lesson, so we'll call it lesson 5. And the next thing you want to do then is within here is where you want to add the lesson content. So if you like to edit the content within a lesson, you just click on the edit button here. And then you just basically type in all of the lesson content, and this is a WordPress Gutenberg editor, so you can add whatever Gutenberg blocks that are available, you can add them to your lessons. So for example, we can add some content. I'll just add some more Mipson content for now. You can add headings to separate out that content. And then you can then type in, if there's video content that you want to add, you can just type in video and add a video block as well. So depending on, so you don't have to add a topic either. If the bulk of the content is in the topic section, then you can just add a bit of content in the lesson so people understand what's going to be learnt in that lesson, or you can just have lessons only and then just publish that as well. So you go into settings then, and what you want to do is you want to click on associated course, and you want to associate it with the marketing course that we just collected, or whichever course it is you want to do. And you'll see here there's different kind of options that you have when you're setting up the lessons. So you can decide if you want to have a section for lesson materials. So you can add, basically on the front end it'll show lesson materials as a tab, and then you can describe exactly what lesson materials would be needed. And then you can decide if you want to do assignment uploads here, or if they go at the end of the course. And you can decide if you want to do a forced timer, so if they only are allowed to see this course for a certain amount of time. The Learn-Course Grid setting, so this is for short descriptions. This is what it'll show on the course grid listing. They'll see the title, the name of the course, and the short description, whichever one you give it. And you can give it a duration, so how long it'll take for them to complete the course on average. And you can do a video preview as well and upload your own video embed code. And then once you're done, you can just publish. If we go back to lessons now, and you can see the lesson being added here. If we go back, and we've already assigned it to the course, if we go back to courses, go back to the marketing course here. And you can see the lesson has already been assigned to content marketing, and what we can do is we can just click and drag some of the content over and basically build how we want it how we want this site to be built. So this lesson here goes here, and I want to put lesson 2 up here. So it's really flexible in how you build this course. You are essentially dragging and dropping everything. If you expand all, you can see within lessons you can have topics. So if we click on plus new topic, maybe the first topic is written SEO content, and that's one topic, and that falls within the content marketing lesson 1. We can have another topic for video content, and that's another topic that we can do. And then maybe lesson 2 is another topic, whichever one it might be. So these are just within, so you could further categorize essentially different topics to different lessons. Your existing topics can be found in the topics box, but then you can also just add all the topics by default on the course page builder. So you can build everything here and then just click add topic. So you've got this one course kind of ready to be built. Collapse all. So it's important to note that not every single course will have a topic within the lesson. Sometimes it's just one course with like 5 lessons, and each of the course content is within these 5 lessons, and sometimes it's one course with 5 lessons, and within those 5 lessons there's like 2 topics if there's a lot of content. It just helps break down the course a little bit easier, and it's really easy for you to just rearrange these course topics and things like that. The other way to add course topics, so if you click update just to save what you've done, and then go back to courses. And go into the topics dashboard. You can see these topics I've already written, and you can see they've all been assigned except for this one. So what we can do is click into the topic that we haven't assigned yet. Again, we can assign it in the courses course builder page, or we can assign it in the topic builder in the topic page. So again, simple, all you're going to do is go into settings, and in settings you want to go into associated courses, and you want to look for the course that you want to assign this topic to, and then you want to associate it with the lesson, whichever one it is. And then what you can do is set, again, a short description of the topic and duration, things like that, and they can see all of that as well. Again, within the topic page, you type in your title, and then within the topic, then you can actually add the topic content, and you can add paragraphs, gallery images, things like that, to build out your topic. And you would essentially just build every single course topic the same way. You would add the content onto your Gutenberg editor and then assign it to the marketing course as well. Just to give you a back-end overview of topics, so if you click into topic again and go into edit, so you've added all the course content here. You can add videos, galleries, everything will be contented here. And the next thing then you want to do is go into settings. And first thing you have is the display and content options. So similar to courses, you've got the topic materials, and this will essentially list out any additional topic materials that someone might need in order to do this content, or to do this topic. Next thing then you have is video progression. So what that would be is it will require users to watch a full video before progressing onto the next topic. So you can type in the URL, it can be a YouTube or Vimeo, and you can display the timing either after completing the steps or before completing the steps. And you can decide if you want the video to be paused, or if you want the video to auto start and things like that. And the next thing you can do is assignment uploads. So you can't do this while video progression is enabled, so you can do assignment uploads or video progression. But assignment uploads basically allow you to Assignments allow your users to upload files to any lesson or topic of your choosing. They're completely optional, but they provide a more in-depth way for you to check in on a user's comprehension of the learning material that you've provided. So assignments are designed for file uploads. So it's something that you would upload the assignment page, whether that's a PDF or an Excel sheet, and then essentially you can give them the assignment, whether that's to write an essay or something like that, and then they would need to upload their files to that course. So you can give acceptable extensions. By default, I think they can upload any file type, but you can also limit that to just like PDFs or just PowerPoints, things like that. You can also set a file limit as well, size limit, so they can't upload anything too big. The next thing you can do is points. So if you click onto this toggle here, you can say there's a certain number of points, and you can decide if you want to auto approve, meaning that all they need to do is upgrade and they'll automatically be assigned the points, or you can manually grade. So once someone uploads it, you will then need to mark it as a group leader, and then assign how many points that they can get, or you can remove the point system altogether. And then you can give it a topic timer. As well. So this is essentially, so the topic won't be complete until the timer has elapsed. So you can decide if there's a certain time that needs to be uploaded as well. But again, you can't do that if you have either video progression or assignment uploads assembled. So you have to decide which one you kind of prefer. The next thing then is topic access settings. So this is essentially how can people access the course. They can either they can access it by by the associated course, which we've marked as marketing, and then we've associated with the lesson as well. So they need to be into this lesson under this course in order to see this topic. And then you can do a topic release schedule. So they can either get the topic immediately, or after they've enrolled, they can get it 10 days after enrollment. Or you can set it to a specific date, so you can really drip feed the content to people. If you don't want people to be overwhelmed with the amount of topics, you can just say, okay, after 10, you can do this topic first, after 10 days we'll do another topic, after 20 days we'll do another topic. Or you can say, on today we'll learn this lesson, on the 20th we'll learn the other lesson, and that can be set at a specific date and time. And then you have the course grid settings. So this is essentially the settings for when they see it as a course grid. So just to show you, so you can see this is what it looks like on the front end. So with the short course grid description, it's what it's referring to is this grid here. So with this short description here, if there's a video preview, they can do that, the title, and the course progression. So this is the one that we have now. The way this works is when they click into continue study, they'll see overall the course description, and they'll see all of the content that's associated with it. So if we go back to the course that we set up, go into continue study, you can see, and this is the course that we set up so far. We've got the content heading that we've separated, then we've got the lessons that are separated by the content headings, and then we've got the lesson content as well, that people can essentially go through, and then once they're done, they just can mark complete each of the course settings. It's similar, so the way we set up the topics, it's similar to how you set up the the lessons as well. So if we update that to save, and then we go back to topics, and we go into lessons, and then you want to go back into the lesson that we just edited. So for example, this one. So you can see we've got the lesson content here, but then we've also got the settings, and it's very similar to the topics lesson settings. So you can set up lesson materials, you can set a video progression or assignment uploads, and then you just want to assign the courses. And again, you can do a lesson release schedule if you want that to be released immediately or enrollment based, so like after X amount of days they've enrolled in the course, and then you can release it on a specific date as well. And then you've got the short description. So again, this is just back to the description that we have. If we go back to the front end, so this is lesson 5 for the marketing course. If we go all courses, and you can see when I go into marketing, you can see when I go to lesson 5 and click into the course section here, all of the course content that I've added is here with the headings, and the lesson materials is not here. So it's a good way to kind of separate all your information and make it a lot easier for users to kind of read into it. If they go on to a lesson with a topic assigned to it, you can see lesson 4 has got a topic assigned to it. So if you added content to lesson 4, it would show up here, and they can see topic just written down here. So you can see the way that the courses are set up. So if you go back to the course that we have set up, you've got the actual course content and how it's being displayed. So it's displayed by the section headings, and then it'll show the lessons first, then it'll show the topics within, and then we also just need to add the course assignments and course quizzes and then course certificates, and that's our full course done. With the lesson page content, if you go back to the dashboard and go into Learn Dash and go into lessons, the lesson page content is where you have like full kind of control over adding whatever content you like. If you've added topics or quizzes to your lessons, Learn Dash will automatically add a list of associated content to the bottom of like the lesson content page. So you can add lessons obviously in two ways. You can add lessons here, or you can add lessons on the course builder page. When it comes to adding a lesson, you want to add the lesson title, you want to add the lesson content, the lesson URL. It will take it from the title, so you don't need to worry about adding a separate URL as well. And the lesson featured image is where you want to add any of the featured image that you have. So this is the panel in the sidebar. And you want to click on the settings cog and click on featured image, and you can give it a featured image to kind of display an image near the top of your lesson page as well. So add all your lesson content here, and then assign it to the topics if there are topics. Again, you don't need to have topics. Sometimes just having lessons is enough, but you need to assign, if you have a lesson, you need to assign it to a course, and if you have a topic, you need to assign it to a lesson. The topics are good if you have a lot of content. You can use topics to create even more hierarchy in your course, but they give you an extra level of organization. You can click on topics here to actually add the topics and see an overview of all the topics that you have. There's a lot of similarities between lessons and topics, but there are a few important distinctions. Lessons are listed above topics in the course hierarchy, so you can have a course with only lessons, but you can't have a course with only topics. Topics have to be added beneath lessons, and you can offer sample lessons as well, but you can't offer sample topics. Topics can be drip fed the same way as lessons. So for example, the way I had showed you, if you don't want to make a topic readily available as soon as someone enrolls it, you can have it available after a certain amount of days after they had enrolled, or you can make it available after on a certain date. So they have a lot of similarities, but they are different, and you need to make sure that the way you structure your course follows the course structure for Learn Dash as well. Next thing we can go over are quizzes. Quizzes provide a way for you to measure a user's understanding of a learning material in your course. It's using, similar to the course builder, is using a quiz builder to add, edit, remove, and manage a quiz and all of the quiz's questions. So for example, if you go into the quizzes dashboard, you can see this is the quizzes overview, and what we want to do is click add new to open up the quiz builder. And this can be a quiz for either a topic, or it can be a quiz for a lesson, or it can be an overall quiz at the end of the course. So once someone has completed all of the topic categories, all of the topic content, all of the lesson content, then they can add a quiz. So for example, maybe the quiz title would be marketing quiz. And you can add the this section here, the quiz content, this isn't where you'll add the quiz questions. This is where you'll add like a little intro to the quiz if there is one. So it can be like an introduction saying, welcome to the marketing quiz. You'll answer 20 questions about blah, X, Y, and Z. And then the builder is where you will actually add the quiz content. So at the top of the quiz builder, you'll see 0 questions in this quiz. So this will give you the total number of questions, a link to kind of expand and collapse all questions once you started adding it, and an undo link to kind of undo any unwanted changes that you've made. So it's very similar to the course builder. It's very similar to the course builder as well. So you would add all the questions, and then you can rearrange what kind of answers you give, what kind of questions you want to put in what order. And this is where you'll have a list of questions. So it'll be blank when you first add your content. So what you want to do is click on add new question to add a new question to your quiz. There's again different ways to add questions with the quiz builder. It will depend on if you're sharing questions across multiple quizzes, if you want to add existing ones, if you're adding brand new questions, just under your personal preference. At the bottom of the quiz builder, what you want to do is click add new question, and you want to type the name of the question. And you just want to type in the name of the question directly. And you want to click add question. You can go through and add each question one by one, or you can do add all the questions in bulk and then add in all the details one by one. So for example, we have this question here, and you can see there's an exclamation mark because we haven't added any data here. So the title of the question is how does marketing strategy work? And you want to add the actual question here. So how does marketing strategy work online? And you want to click on save. And then you want to add the answer. So the first thing you want to add is the actual answer. And depending on how this question is, it depends on what kind of answers you give. So for example, if this is a question that has a multiple, they have to pick a choice out of a choice of many. So for example, we'll say choice 1, and then we'll have choice 2, and maybe choice 3. So for example, if this is a single choice question, that means they'll be given a choice of however many choices you give, and they need to pick which one is the correct one. And you need to assign which one is the correct one just on the right hand side here, and just mark it as correct. So that means they'll be given a list of choices. Then you've got multiple choice, meaning they'll be given a list of multiple choices, and they need to figure out which ones are correct. So you need to also again just select which ones are correct on the back end. So if I mark these two, that means these two are the correct answers. This is the third answer. That's not right. So if someone would select this one, then the question comes up incorrect, and so on. Next thing you've got is free choice. So this basically just means free choice gives users an input field where they have to type in the correct answer. So what you would do is you would add the correct answers one per line. Maybe the choice is answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, and you just click update answer. And what you would do is you would put one correct answer per line, and it just means then if someone were to when they submit their answer, they would need to put in one of these answers in order to get the correction correct. So they're not given an option, but they're free to submit whatever option that they want. Then you've got a sorting choice. So sorting choice questions asks users to place a series of answers in the correct order. When creating the question, the order of the answers in the backend will be considered the correct answer. So choice 1, any answer.
So you can see I've given a list of choices, and they need to then update the sorting based on what they think is correct. And the order that we set in the backend, so this order is what the system will use to maintain as correct, basically. The matrix sorting choice is a little bit more complex, so it should be used whenever you want the user to match two items together. There's the criterion, which is these are static and can't be moved, and then there's the sort elements, and these are what users will drag and drop to the correct criterion. So, for example, PDF. Text is the correct matrix, meaning the criterion is PDF and the correct matrix to that is text. If we do JPEG, for example, and the correct criterion for that is image. So they'll be given image and text as the two sorting choices, and they need to sort out whether image goes with the first choice, the second choice, or the text goes with the first choice and second choice. Each sort element must be unique, and only one-to-one associations are supported. Your answers are will be set up like a table with the criterion on the left and the open area to drag and drop sort elements on the right. And you have the option to set a percentage width for each criterion column. Setting up a matrix sorting question in the admin area looks a bit like this, basically. So you need to basically just type in the criterion and the sort elements, which ones are together, basically. The other option you have is fill in the blank. So fill in the blank questions allow you to insert a blank line in the middle of sentences and paragraphs, and then users then need to type the correct answer to this empty field. So for example, if we do click on edit the answer, so for example, we have this content here. So what you want to do is put a blank to wherever it is meant to be blank. So this one here is meant to be blank, and they have to put the content in themselves. So we put that between these two curly braces. So now when users see this quiz, they'll see this word as blank, and they need to type their own word in here, and the backend system knows that this is the correct answer. If you have to mark multiple correct answers, so for example, these two are two different correct answers, you put them both in the curly braces. And then you want to put the whole thing in square brackets. That'll allow for multiple possible answers, so just enclose each of them with a square bracket, and you still use the curly brackets to create the blank space. And then once you're done, you just click Update Answer. And the next thing then is assessment. So this is, again, assessment questions used for the use of like Likert scale. This question is perfect for surveys or anytime you're asked a user to rate something on a scale of 1 to 10 or something. So if we do question settings, or answer settings here, you will use the mark to assign which is true or not. So only one answer can be selected. You can add text and images in between or after the scale, and there's no limit to the number of options available in the assessment. So you enclose the entire assessment with the curly braces and then enclose each individual answer with the square brackets. So something like this, for example. 1 is the least true, it's worth 1 point. 5 is the most true, it's worth 5 points. And things like that. Just to show you what that'll look like on the front end, if we just save that as a draft for now and click on preview. And click Start Quiz. You see the question that we have set up here, and then we just click Finish Quiz to compute our results. So to save this, we're just going to click Update Answer to save that. And just click that. And then just click Preview. So we click on Start Quiz, and you can see how they'll see that question essentially. Lastly, you have then is the essay and open answer. This is basically allows the user to enter a free-form answer, and you can choose between two types of essay questions. They can either do text entry, displays text area form field for the users to enter any text that they'd like, or they can do upload. So it displays an upload button that allows the user to upload a file. Essays come with three options of how they are graded after the quiz is submitted. So you have not graded, no points awarded, and the essay question is submitted and awaiting a grade. The final quiz grade will be displayed as pending to the user. Then you have not graded, full points awarded. So awards points for the essay submission, but its status remains not graded. An admin can grade the essay at a later date and adjust the awarded points. The next one then is graded, full points awarded. So it automatically marks the essay as graded and award full points. And then file upload is this one here. And you just want to click on Update Answer to save that. Options for showing messages for incorrect and correct answers shouldn't be filled in for the essay open action questions because it's the user submitted and can be graded at the time of submission. By that I mean is each of these question, they have question settings. So you can put in an additional, an optional message if they get the correct answer, and you can use a different message for incorrect answer. So you can do that with all different types of choices that you have, but it's better to not use them for the essay open question because it's not something that can be graded at the time of submission. So a user can only progress if the following two things are true: if the essay is marked as graded and the user has enough quiz points to be moved on to the next part. So you sort that out by you going into the settings. So the first thing you want to do is go into the associated course, and you want to assign it the correct course. And what you can do is associate it with the lesson as well. If it's for a lesson, then obviously you would search for which lesson it's for. If it's not for a lesson, it's for overall it's for the overall course, then you just want to leave that blank. And again, you can do quiz release schedule. So whether the quiz is released immediately or if it's enrollment based or at a specific date. And one thing that's new and pretty useful is quiz prerequisites. So what does the user need to do before they are able to access the quiz? So for example, what if there's other quizzes that you have scheduled for lessons? So if you have a quiz for lesson 1, a quiz for lesson 2, then you can select an option that says they need to have completed quiz 1 and quiz 2 before they move on to quiz 3. And you can decide if only registered users can take the quiz or not. You can also decide the passing score. So you can set that to 100, meaning they have to have all of the points correct. Or you can do like 80%, so only like 2 questions or 2, 3 questions, just depending on how many questions that there are. So it's up to you how you want to score that. The other thing you can do is assign a certificate. So right now we don't have any certificates set up yet, but essentially once you have the certificate set up, you can assign a custom certificate for each quiz, and we can go over that in a bit. And you can enable quiz saving or quiz retakes. And you can also enable whether or not all questions are required to complete or not. So if you want people to give people the option to skip some questions, you can, or you can just require them to complete every part of the quiz before submitting it. You can give it auto start and quiz materials section, so it's display similar to how the other quiz materials sections are set up. You can have a question overview table, so you can give them an overview while they're doing the quiz to see how many quiz questions they have left. And things like that. So you can give like results page displays as well. So for example,
The quiz results page is where essentially users land immediately after they finish the quiz. So you have the settings here, and the first thing that you can see is the quiz result message. And this feature is sometimes referred to as graduation levels. So it allows you to display a custom message to the user on the quiz results page. And you can choose to show just one message, one universal message to everyone, or you can show different messages based on the score the user received. So if they receive a score from 0%, they see this message. But you can also set graduation levels. So you have this, and you can click graduation, and you can say from 50%, they'll see this one. So between 0 to 50, they'll see this message, and from 50 and onwards, they'll see another message. And you can add another graduation variation as well. So maybe that's from 80 and onwards. And you can give another message for that. So in this example, if anyone scores between 0 and 50, they see this message. Between 50 and 80, they see this message. And 80 and above, they see this message. So you can graduate how many messages that you want. You can add as many levels as you'd like, but technically the maximum is 100 because it goes by a percentage. And for each level, set a minimum score that must be attained in order for the user to see the message. Other things you can do is add the custom results display. So these are several aspects of the quiz results that you can customize. So choose to show or hide any of the following elements. So things like average score, displays a bar graph with your score compared to the average score of all users who have taken the quiz. And you can also select the number of correct answers, time spent, things like that. It's up to you how you want to just customize your results page. Or you can just leave everything blank and just have the score as well. Once you have the quiz updated, you just want to click publish to save all your changes. Next thing you want to do then is set up certificates, and certificates are a really great way to reward your students for a job well done. You might also want to offer an official certification for something that users can like print off and present as a tangible way to prove like their competence in a certain field or course. You can award certificates in two ways, either after they successfully complete a course or when they pass a quiz. So the first thing you actually need to do is create a certificate, and then you need to associate the certificate with a course or quiz. So what you want to do is go back to quizzes. And you want to go down to certificates. The first thing you want to do is add your first certificate in this button here. And you want to give the certificate name, so maybe completion of course. The title is for internal use only. Your users will not see the title, but it will be a name that appears in drop-down menus when you go to apply it to a course or user. So make sure it's a name that you recognize. And the featured image, this is how you would, down here is how you would apply a design or style in your certificate. You must use JPEG images that's no more than 1 megaband in size. This keeps your loading time to a minimum. The size of your image should match your page size, and the orientation should be as you need. So if you're using an 11-inch by 8.5-inch US letter size in landscape orientation, your image should match that dimension. If you want your certificates to look great when printed, also use 300 dpi. And you can include text as part of your image. There are no restrictions to what you include on the image, but keep it in mind it will be shown on all certificates to the user. Text contained within the image is not dynamic and can't be customized to each user. So to create the image, there's different ways. You can use image creation or editing program you'd like. or you can hire a designer or use from graphics library. Some suggestions, popular suggestions, are using a tool like Canva. So Canva makes it really easy to do professional designs and to share and print them. So you can do your design on Canva. Make sure you can get the exact letterhead and the exact dimensions that you want, and then just save and upload that as the option or the certificate that you want to add. You can also use Invento Elements, which is a premium graphics library with tons of pre-made certificate options and templates. Creative Market is another premium marketplace where you can find certificate templates as well as graphics to make your own. And then there's Adobe's Creative Cloud option as well, which is more for design-oriented users, anyone who's already familiar with their design software like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, things like that. A premium subscription is required. If you're on a budget, then Canva might be the best one to use. But once you've uploaded and set your featured image, this content part here is where you'll add the actual content. Your certificate content will consist of a lot of dynamic fields that are generated when an individual user is awarded a certificate. And this is things like user's name, course completion, date completion, course title, etc. And these type of fields are inserted via shortcodes. So when you're adding your CSS, you'll add in your certificate content. You need to use some HTML CSS to set up the overall layout, spacing, and sizing. So this might be a bit more complex for those who have no sort of coding experience, but if you do have some, then this should be easy. It's just very basic CSS to kind of customize the styling of the text that we have. So what you want to do is go into Certificate Builder. If you know your way around CSS codes and styles, you can add your own custom CSS to apply globally to all of your certificates. So to do that, you go on to Learn-LMS, the dashboard. And you want to go into certificates, and then you want to go into settings. So you can see there's a certificate style for custom CSS meta box. By adding your own custom CSS, you eliminate the need to kind of constantly retype and restyle all of your elements that you add to your certificates. You can just assign classes and IDs to these elements and then add the styles that will apply globally to all of your certificates, and that will help you stay kind of on brand. Some classic CSS styling that you might need when you're doing your certificate design is vertical spacing. So you might want to insert the course title at the top of a certificate and the user's name in the middle, maybe add a date of completion at the bottom. One of the best ways to control vertical spacing and move content up and down in your certificate is to use the line height property. So whenever you consider you need to insert some blank vertical space, you can use the following code. So the paragraph style, line height, and then update the line height if you want to. So this would add a 20 pixel of vertical space to that area of the certificate, and then you can adjust the 20 pixels to add to a different value. But since the certificate uses inches and not pixels, you might need to play around with this value to achieve your desired results, basically. And you can insert as many of these spaces you need throughout the certificate. Other things that you want to adjust is font size. So you can also adjust the font size of any text. Let's say you want your user's font size first and last name to be quite large, and then a small vertical space, and then a course content title not quite as large. You could do something like this and add it to your global styling. So this will make the user's first name and last name 30 pixels. Then it will give a line height of 10, so give a little vertical spacing. And then it'll give the course title font size of 20. And you can also do things like change the paragraph font family, just by adding in the font family code, and you can even give the code for the different colors being used as well. If we do this code here and paste that in, you can combine different properties at the same time. If you want to indent the user's first and last name, adjust the font and change the name of the color red, it would look like this, and change the name of the color to red, it would look like this.
So it gives the user's first name and last name a text indent of 20 pixels, font size of 30, and the color red. There are a few additional options you can set for your certificate. Things like choose between page size, either US letterhead default, which is by 8.5 inches and 11 inches, or you can do A4 sizing, so 8.3 inches by 11.7 inches. And you can choose the page orientation, whether it's landscape, this is by default, or portrait, where the height is longer than the width. And when a user earns a certificate, and either by completing a course or passing the certificate threshold for a quiz, they'll be able to download it in PDF format. And all Learn Dash certificates are provided as a PDF format. Once you have all of those set up, it's finally just time to go back to the course builder and making sure that everything is assigned correctly. So we'll go back to the marketing tab. We've now added all of our lessons, we've added all of our topics, quizzes, and we've just finished adding our certificate. So what we want to do is go onto the builder. And we want to go into the builder section and make sure that the lessons and topics are all there. So we've got the content marketing section, digital marketing section, and we've got the related topic lessons in there. If we expand all of that, you can see we've got and we can add a quiz if we wanted to, but you can see we can add a final quiz here. So what you need to do is make sure the quiz is saved first. You can see we've got the marketing quiz, and we're going to assign that to the lesson. And it's updated, and we're going to go back to quizzes as well. And we're going to go to final quiz and make sure that's been assigned. I'm just going to go into settings. And we can give it a prerequisite in this one as well. And just click update to save those changes. My quiz is updated, so we're going to go back to quizzes. And then go back to the course we set up. And go into marketing. And then you want to go into the builder and make sure that the quiz is done. So you've got 10 steps here. And you've got the quiz added as well if you click on expand all. And we've got all of everything added here. So when we're done, all we need to do is click update to update everything and have the course ready. Another thing that you can do that's kind of optional. So for example, if you go into settings, you can describe the access mode. So is this course open, meaning that it's not protected. Any user can open it without needing to be logged in. It can be free. So the course is free. There is no payment required. However, they need to register an account. Buy now is protected by LearnDash built-in PayPal or Stripe. So users need to purchase the course in order to gain. Or there's recurring. So this is if you want to set up subscription courses, you can do that and they can use PayPal or Stripe. Or you can do closed. So this course can only be accessed through admin enrollment or integration. No enrollment button will be displayed. In this case, we'll do free, but you can also do buy now. If you did buy now, you would need to do a price. And then the enrollment URL is if you wanted to enroll it to a specific URL if you wanted to. And you can decide if you want to display the course materials, course certificate, things like that. So we've created a certificate, so we just want to give it the certificate that we did, and things like that. And then once you're done, just click update to view the course as is. So we click on view course. And you can see this is the final course. So we've got the marketing title here, we've got some content, and we can see all of the courses that are we're able to use, and what lessons are applied and what quizzes are applied as well. So that's a basic general overview of LearnDash. We find this helpful. Subscribe for more.
So here are some tips for setting up a successful membership or subscription site. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you know your audience. Before you even set up a membership site or subscription site, you need to know what who your target audience are and what they want. Conduct market research to determine what content or services your audiences are willing to pay for and what features and benefits that they value. You also want to offer unique value to attract and retain members or subscribers. You need to offer them something that they can't find elsewhere, and this can be exclusive content, community features, personalized coaching or support, or access to tools and resources that can help them achieve their goals. Pricing is key when it comes to membership subscription sites. You want to make sure that your pricing is fair and competitive, but also profitable for your business. Consider offering multiple pricing tiers with different features and benefits to appeal to a wider audience. And you want to focus on engagement. So keeping your members or subscribers engaged is essential to the success of your membership or subscription site. Offer regular updates, new content, and opportunities for interaction and feedback. Consider hosting webinars or events to keep members engaged and build a sense of community. You also want to use data to optimize. So data analytics can track membership or subscription growth, engagement, and retention, and this will help you optimize your site and offerings over time to improve performance and increasing revenue. Providing excellent customer support can make a big difference when it comes to retaining members or subscribers. Make sure you have a system in place for responding to questions and resolving issues promptly. And lastly, continuously improve. So remember that you're setting up a successful membership or subscription site is an ongoing process. Continuously gather feedback, track metrics, and make improvements to your site and offerings to keep your members subscribed and engaged and satisfied. You want to avoid things like over-promising, because while you do want to offer unique value to your members or subscribers, you should avoid over-promising what you can deliver. Make sure you can really realistically deliver on what you're saying that you're going to make, or you risk losing trust and loyalty of your members and subscribers. A clunky or confusing user experience can turn off potential members to subscribers, so make sure your site is easy to navigate, mobile-friendly, and optimized for performance. Test your website extensively to make sure it's user-friendly and intuitive. Transparency is important when it comes to setting up a membership or subscription site. Be upfront about what members or subscribers can expect from your site, including pricing, any costing, content, features, and make sure that your refund and cancellation policies are clear and easy to understand. As mentioned before, you want to make sure that you provide excellent customer service where you can. It's crucial when it comes to retaining members or subscribers. Make sure you have a system in place to respond to questions and resolve issues promptly. Ignoring or neglecting customer support can lead to negative reviews and a decline in membership or subscription growth. You don't want your pricing to be low or high. It's a delicate balance when it comes to a membership or subscription site. Make sure you conduct thorough market research and analysis to determine the appropriate pricing for your site. Make sure you use data analytics to track your performance and identify areas of improvement. Continuously test and refine your membership site and offerings to improve engagement and retention as well. So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your existing membership program to the next level, these platforms that we've talked about can really help you with that, and following these tips as well can make sure that your membership site is as successful as possible.